If you're spending hours a day on LinkedIn and still not generating leads and not having conversations, or maybe your marketing kind of gets put to the bottom of the pile because you're busy and you've just got other things that you need to focus on, yet you still want to have leads coming into your business. Or maybe you're a stalker rather than a talker on LinkedIn because you're not really sure how to go about and approach it. Now, I've been in all three camps, and this is why this model is brilliant for you. So I call this the Boundless OS. So I've spoken for the last couple of years about the Boundless Blueprint, which is my 9-step framework, which is still relevant and in place today. You can check out the link below this video and you'll be able to see the walkthrough of that. But this is taking it to the next level. This is how it all comes together and works in practice. So if you look at the top left, you'll see Genius Code and Offer Matrix. Now you need to have these two things in place for the operating system to work effectively and efficiently. So I'm all about building your business from the inside out. So starting with you before your business. And this is about understanding exactly what it is that makes you unique and brilliant. Your why, your passion, your values, your skills, your expertise. What is it that's going to keep you really excited and engaged in your business? And what is it that you love to work on and to be focused on? Because once you understand these things, it's really easy to develop a framework. Now, I call this a Genius framework, and it's essentially a solution-based framework of how you take your dream clients from A to Z. So I've already mentioned the Boundless Blueprint. That's my framework. But once you have that framework, it underpins all of your marketing and sales activity. So it makes the rest of it much easier. And that will impact you personally because it breeds more confidence in you because it's your IP, it's yours, you own it, it's your way of working. No one can take that away from you. It's also amazing because it clearly articulates exactly what your point of difference in the market is and how you work. And it's also really great visual representation that installs a level of certainty in your prospects because they know that you have a way of working, it's systemized, that you have the solution because it raises your authority and you are seen as the expert when you have your framework. So framework is crucial. Once you have your framework, you can then build an offer out, and that's how you're going to deliver your framework to your dream clients. You can have one offer, you can have many different offers. I always encourage people, if they are starting out, that they should really just focus on one offer. The longer you're in business, the different tiers that you can have. So for example, you might have a done for you service, or you might have private consulting, which would be your top tier offer. And then you could offer group as a way to scale, so you could have more people come into your world. You could even have an app if you wanted to have something that was kind of more of a do-it-yourself type offering. Anything's an offer essentially, from a lead magnet, so something that's free, a free workshop or what have you, right through to the top end. So build offers, the offer matrix, around level of customization, so proximity to you essentially. So I have a few offers. Let's talk about the model and how this then all comes together. So once you've got your framework, you've got your offer, you've then got to get it in front of the right people. I have LinkedIn as my primary way of generating leads. And on LinkedIn, it's excellent because you can actually filter your dream clients. So once you've got the criteria of who it is that you're looking for, you've got the search function, and you can collect a list of names essentially of your dream clients, and you can start connecting with them. Now you can send up to 200 connection requests a week on LinkedIn. Now, I have a 45% acceptance rate on mine. So I'm connecting with around 80 to 90 people every week. Now, when I send a connection request, I don't send a message. I leave it blank. And I do that for a reason, because I want the person to go and look at my profile. So when people talk about having your profile optimized, what they mean is that your profile speaks directly to your dream client, so that when your dream client lands on your profile, they know exactly who it is that you work with, your dream client, what it is that you do, and the solution, the result you're going to help them to get. Also, as part of that, so you have your banner, you have your photo, you have your bio, which is all looking good. There's a link, a custom button. And this is where 95% of people, if not more, go wrong on LinkedIn, is that they either don't have a link, they don't direct people to the link if they have the link. When you click on the link, it goes either to a website, which is then they land on a landing page of a website and there's nowhere for them to go. They're not really sure what the natural next step is. Or the link goes straight through to book a call with me. There's not many people that are going to just book in a call with you straight away, because you haven't built up the know, like, trust factor. And at the moment, social media is so low on trust, right? Because people have been oversold to, under-delivered on what it is that they thought they were going to get, or getting pitch straight away. People are connecting and pitch slapping, that's it, you straight away. So you wake up in the morning, you look at LinkedIn, you go to your messages, and you've got someone wanting to jump on a call. This is why I don't do virtual coffees, by the way. They want to jump on a call, or they want to sell you something straight away. And people are just over it, right? So you need to be able to break through the ice and start having conversations with people and inviting people into your world with as little friction as possible. The way that I do this, so after I've connected with them, I don't send a connection request. I get them to look at my profile, but a day after I've connected with them, I will send a message and I just say hello. I assure them that I'm not going to invite them to a virtual coffee. Now, I'm not expecting a response from that message, and that's okay. If I do get a response, then brilliant. I'll continue the conversation with them. If I don't, that's not a problem either. 5 days after that, I send another message, and this is the last message that I will send a new connection. I just send a message saying that I have a video that I've just recorded, or a workshop that will help them achieve this. Would they like it? That message is clearly indicating that I have something that could be of value to them. I'm not sending them a link. It's invitation, it's permission based. It's like, so you've got the ball going, right? You've started to sift through and see who's interested and who's not. That's it. I don't send any messages after that. What I want people to do, so not only are they landing on my profile, clicking the link and then going through a landing page with a walkthrough video. I'm going to talk about what that walkthrough video is. I'm also having a conversation as well and inviting them to see the walkthrough. It's not pushy or spammy in any way. The walkthrough video is the Boundless Blueprint. And I talk about the 3 key mechanisms in there, which is the Genius Code, the Offer Matrix, and then the Acquisition Engine. If you want to check out this video, by the way, then you can click the link below this video. This walkthrough is key because it enables people to come into your world. They get to see your face, they get to hear your voice, they get to see what you're about, they get to see your vibe, your model, what it is that potentially you could do for them. Once they've seen that video, you're starting to build up this know, like, trust factor. You've broken through the ice. Then you can invite them to get on a call with you. Now, you need to be clear what this call's about. So I don't have virtual coffees, right? I'm not just going to get on a call with a stranger unless it's going to lead somewhere for both parties, right? And it being very clear. And so in my calls, I stipulate that we're going to go through their biggest blocker right now. We're going to develop a 3-step plan. And if they want my help to implement the plan, then sets you up to be able to make an offer if, when you have a conversation with someone, that they're the right fit. There's a lot of people that don't even do the sales calls. If you're in the early phases of doing this and implementing this model, I'd say just get on a call with someone. But eventually you could actually drop the call. So I haven't actually done a sales call for about 2 years, and I've just started to implement them this week because of the release of this model, for me to show the clients that I'm working with how it's working for me, and they can measure against themselves as well. Once you make the offer, they can then become a client. Now, the other thing that you can do as well is, and this is for people who are first connections, who have been in your world for a while, you can also run a free monthly workshop. This workshop is exactly the same every month, but you just rebadge it essentially. So you give it a different hook or a different title. Now, again, this is another way to re-engage with people who are already in your network and invite them into your world to see what it's like. So if you think about that top line with the connection and the walkthrough video, that would be for new connections, and the monthly lead workshop would be for existing connections who maybe you haven't invited into anything that you offer before. It's just another way to kind of shake in the tree and seeing who's interested or not. I'm huge on workshops, as you can probably tell, because I honestly believe they are the best way of building up a rapport and a connection and nurturing kind of a relationship with someone from the offset. It's a great way for you to ascertain whether someone's going to be interested in you or not. And I see so many people kind of offer lead magnets and things like that that just sit in the email and, don't do anything with. The monthly client workshop is just if you've got a group program, for example, and you're running workshops for your clients, then you can invite guests to that workshop and you can charge. So I've charged anything from $10 to $150 to attend one of my client workshops. The great thing about that is you can then repackage that workshop and you can then sell it as a training. So you're always repurposing your assets that you create. So that's my outbound strategy, essentially. And then I've got the daily content. So this is more for inbound. So if you can see daily content, you've got the social media icons there and email. What I write for LinkedIn, I send in email, I put it on Facebook, I put it on Instagram, I just repurpose it. It's more to still maintain a presence on the other channels. You can easily go into ChatGPT now and put your LinkedIn post in there and get it to shorten it for Instagram or make it suitable, what have you. It's really simple to do now. And then there's 5 pieces of content that I put out each week around a problem, process, proof, something personal, and a YouTube video that I then send out as a newsletter on LinkedIn. Now, I get that might be a bit heavy for a lot of people. They might not want to be on there 5 days a week. As I said, the content that I create is essentially its demonstration. A lot of it's like what I'm working on, client wins, things that's happening in my life and stuff. And I relate it all back in some way, shape or form to my framework. When I write a piece of content for social media, I will have a call to action and it will be to a lead offer. So a lead offer is something that's free, and I've got 3 that I rotate around, one of which is the walkthrough video. Another might be the lead workshop if they want to come along to that, or I've got a LinkedIn optimization kit as well. So there's a few, but as I say, I rotate around them. And then in email, you send a customer offer, because the people that are on your email list are people that have already opted in. They've already indicated that they're interested. And so now it's about seeing who will actually part money to have greater access to either your methods, your trainings, your workshops, or to become a client. And so this essentially is how you build up know, like, trust through your marketing, and the easiest way to do it on LinkedIn. Now, once this is set up, once you've got that first line, your connections, the conversations, the walkthrough video, the call, yes, there's a bit of work to get that in place. But once it's up and running, it's just there running in the background for you. You don't have to do much at all. The only thing I would suggest doing is to post content. Even if you're posting content 2 days a week, it's absolutely better than nothing at all. That's the model. That is exactly how I operate. As I say, if you want to check out the Boundless Blueprint and you can see how the 3 key mechanisms and the detail behind them and what they involve, then you can click the link below. If you would like to work with me to install this system into your business, then simply drop me a message and let's have a conversation. And we will literally roll up our sleeves and we'll get this up and running in your business so that you've got leads coming in every day without you having to crank the handle all the time. Anyway, that's it from me. I will speak to you later. Adios.